Hi everybody, my name is Rani Williams and today I'm going to talk about my leadership style. So according to my results that I got on the test, which was the test that all of us took, and it was authoritarian, laissez-faire or democratic, I scored a 10 in the authoritarian, a 6 in the democratic and a 10 in the laissez-faire again. But I do think that the results were a little bit messed up because if you disagree, it's a higher score, and in the bottom, it said that if the higher score you get, the more that you are aligned with that type of leadership. But I think that I disagree with that because I disagreed with what the question was, and then I got a higher score, and it just didn't really add up. But according to my results, I'm most likely to be an authoritarian leader or a laissez-faire leader and least likely to be democratic. I agree with some of the results because I think that sometimes when I am in a leadership type of role, I do tend to be a little bit headstrong about my decisions, and I think that I'm very specific about what I like to do, and sometimes I do tend to focus more on my own preferences. However, I do think that a proper leader, especially in government roles, any sort of role where it is actually deeply affecting a large group of people, that they should take into account all of the other people who are being affected's preferences on the challenge. And I think that authoritarian style leadership is actually quite unfair to most people, and I do think that democratic leadership is how I would put myself into a category. However, according to the results, that's not what I got. But yeah, I think that it's definitely interesting to see what scores people get, but I do think that it can be pretty inaccurate, especially just because you don't really get to know somebody's real personality and real decision making and real leadership tactics and skills based on a test. You kind of have to see it in real life when it's all playing out in the real world. But yes, that's my score.